Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Sister Wives Season 19 Tell-All special brought Kody Brown under criticism like never before. From the reality star's refusal to answer nearly every question thrown at him to his ex-wives Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown exposing him for mistreating them, the Brown family patriarch has a lot of work to do if he wants to rehabilitate himself. Unfortunately, his tendency of constantly diverting all responsibility has become intentional, and Janelle's new discoveries appear to support this. For years, Kody's preference for his youngest wife, Robyn Brown, has been a source of controversy. However, now that his poly family has completely collapsed, his ex-partners are no longer reluctant to call a spade a spade. During Sister Wives Season 19 Tell-All Part 2, Janelle addressed Kody's hostile dismissal of any questions posed to him by host Sukanya Suki Krishnan. According to Janelle, Kody's behavior goes much beyond his regular avoidant tendencies, and she believes it is all an act to protect Robyn. Janelle, who is married to the reality star for over 29 years, alleges that Kody's increasingly erratic conduct is a deliberate attempt to divert attention away from his last wife. Janelle hinted to Suki that Kody was willing to sacrifice his image to protect Robyn. It is unclear whether the Brown family patriarch is acting on his own initiative. The former sister wife added another layer to her argument, claiming that it's all part of Robyn's attempt to keep her reputation as the good wife. Janelle believes Robyn is the one tugging Kody's strings and pushing him into accepting all of the blame so that her role in the dissolution of their poly family is minimized. The TLC star referred to this hypothesis as the gospel according to Janelle and stated that it was another of Robyn's attempts to isolate Kody from his ex-wives and their children. Fans witnessed this during the COVID-19 pandemic when Robyn began freaking out about her quarantine restrictions. Kody was first more casual about the situation, but when he witnessed Robyn's strict stance, he began to agree with her and refused to see his other spouses. All things considered, Kody is an adult at the end of the day. Robyn may be making all of these demands, but he has the ability to say no, as he has done with his previous marriages. It's simple to tell that Kody has always been Robyn's protector. From the first season of the sitcom, he has been his youngest wife's knight in shining armor, and Robyn has always positioned herself as the ignorant, innocent one who requires his continual protection. His decision to continue to this narrative, even if it meant forsaking his elder children and prior partners, demonstrates that Kody has always been a willing participant in this loop. Meri, Janelle, and Christine may find it difficult to admit that the man they married was always selfish and manipulative, and is now attempting to alter the past to portray himself as the victim. During the tell-all, Kody tried to claim that his past spouses left him because they were envious of Robyn, which was never the case. According to the reality star, he has been continually reprimanded by his family for loving Robyn, and he was fed up with it all. The most shocking revelation, however, was Kody's confession that he never loved his prior 3 marriages but felt forced to stay with them. Of course, Kody's former sister wives have called him out for attempting to create a false narrative of their shared history rather than accepting responsibility for his involvement in all of this. Kody's desperate desire to insulate Robyn from any criticism has alienated not only his prior wife, but also his children, who have voiced feelings of being continually neglected. Unless the Brown family patriarch recognizes the wrong of his ways and admits to his evident favoring of one woman over the rest of his family, he will only dig himself a deeper grave. Sister Wives has been going on for many years. It began in 2010, and almost 15 years later, individuals have witnessed the family dynamic shift. Season 19 was one of the largest seasons to date, with the most episodes. We watched a lot happen during the season, but at the end, some questions remained unresolved. Naturally, people began to speculate about a variety of topics, and we are now here to answer them all. The Brown family is no longer cohesive and has split up in sections. Christine has settled in Utah with her husband, David, while Janelle has moved to North Carolina with her kid. She is focused on her career. Meri, on the other hand, remains in Flagstaff, Arizona, and is currently dating. Meanwhile, Robyn and Kody are on their own. they still carry a lot of baggage from the past. So, one by one, let's break down all of the secrets TLC conceals from us. Sister Wives. Mykelti reveals Kody's dark side. Mykelti Padron recently spoke out on her YouTube channel about growing up with favoritism in the Brown family. She revealed that, while Kody never expressed it directly, his actions made it plain that Aspen was his favorite child. Her husband, Tony Padron, defended her, stating Kody once openly acknowledged Aspen was his favorite because she was pretty. Mykelti, who suffered from insecurity as a child, found this difficult to accept. She also suggested that Kody's fixation with appearance could explain his attraction to Robyn. Sister Wives. Here are the answers to the questions TLC is hiding from us. We know one thing about TLC. They still prefer to defend Robyn and Kody for some reason. We have never seen TLC emphasize on their negative aspects, but has always been supportive of them. Even during the tell-all, the host had a soft spot for them both. Now, viewers have some unanswered questions from the season. For example, have Kody and his children reconciled? Unfortunately, the answer is no, despite having multiple levels. Kody is attempting to reconnect with his children and has even met a handful of them who are willing to forgive him and begin life again. Nonetheless, they all stay devoted to their mothers. TLC never discusses Robyn's spending habits, but it appears she has sold their current home and moved to a $2 million residence. Furthermore, Christine is suing Kody for child support. There are also reports that Robyn has been spending the family money on her doll collection. Mykelti has likewise separated herself from her father, and Kody no longer communicates with many of his older children. Despite his best efforts, the situation has already deteriorated. Kody prefers to maintain control over his family, even when they are broadcast on TLC. This is one of the primary reasons why the network manipulates the tale to his advantage. However, Season 19 was very different, and Season May 20th show the genuine colors. There is yet no official confirmation of the upcoming season, but supporters remain hopeful. Kody Brown's ex drops absolute bombshell in Sister Wives feud, secrets explode, allegiances shift, and the family is torn apart again. In a jaw-dropping moment that is already being hailed as one of the most explosive twists in Sister Wives history, one of Kody Brown's ex-wives has officially shattered the fragile silence surrounding the family's fractured dynamics by dropping a bombshell revelation so damning, so personal, and so absolutely game-changing that it has not only reignited long-standing feuds but also thrown the entire Brown legacy into chaos. After years of buried secrets, cryptic social media posts, and carefully edited episodes, this ex-wife, fierce, liberated, and finally done playing nice, has come forward with a devastating truth about Kody that paints a far darker picture of their plural past than fans ever imagined. The gloves are off, the masks are gone, and what's being revealed could change how fans, and even the other wives, see Kody Brown forever. For months now, tension has been bubbling just beneath the surface as the fallout from Kody's collapsing marriages played out on screen and off. Christine left and found happiness with David Woolley. Janelle walked away, exhausted by years of emotional neglect. Mary finally let go of the fantasy she'd clung to for decades. But until now, none of the women had dared to share everything. That changed when, in a bombshell, unfiltered interview, one of Kody's former wives, widely believed to be Janelle, though her identity was initially concealed, revealed that Kody wasn't just emotionally absent. He was actively hiding critical financial, personal, and even spiritual decisions from his wives, orchestrating the family's collapse behind the scenes while publicly blaming the wives for breaking the covenant. What followed was a scorched earth confession that ripped through social media like wildfire. In the interview, this ex-wife shared that Kody had allegedly created a private fund in Robyn's name, pulling income from family accounts, production bonuses from TLC, and even small business profits tied to the wives' ventures, including Christine's cooking brand and Janelle's health and wellness line. "We thought everything was being shared," she said. "That was the foundation. That was the rule." But Kody wasn't just favoring Robyn emotionally, he was favoring her financially, and we didn't know the full extent until it was too late. The bombshell didn't stop there. This ex-wife went on to detail how Kody used spiritual manipulation to keep the wives tethered, using the threat of eternal punishment or divine disappointment to silence doubts and complaints. He would say, "God sees your disobedience," or "You're spiritually off balance. That's why things aren't working between us," she confessed, tearing up at the memory. "And for years, I believed it. I thought I was the problem. But it turns out Kody was setting us up to fail while giving Robyn everything she ever wanted." The public reaction was immediate and ferocious. Fans took to Reddit, TikTok, and Instagram in droves, dissecting the interview line by line and declaring this ex-wife a hero for finally speaking out. Many speculated that the explosive reveal about Kody's secret financial maneuvering could trigger a lawsuit or formal legal action, especially if TLC was aware and allowed it to continue for dramatic effect. Others called for a full Sister Wives expose or docuseries centered around the wives who left, now demanding justice and reparations for what they endured. And yet, it wasn't just fans who were rocked by the confession. The other wives began responding in subtle but undeniable ways. Christine, who has typically taken the high road, shared a cryptic Instagram story the same day the bombshell dropped. "Some people's idea of love is control. I prefer freedom." Janelle reposted a photo of her RV with the caption, "You never know how free you can feel until you leave what's weighing you down." Even Mary, usually more cautious, jumped into the fray with a fiery podcast episode where she hinted, "You think you know what happened. You don't. You've only seen what they let you see." Tensions between the women and Kody have now reached an all-time high. Sources say that the Brown patriarch, now living with Robyn in their increasingly isolated mansion, was blindsided by the interview and is furious that one of his exes would go public with such damning information. "He's trying to do damage control," one insider shared. But it's too late. The truth is out. And it's uglier than anyone imagined. To make matters worse, the interview also raised major questions about Kody's legal and moral integrity, especially in how he handled the family's finances post-separation. Allegedly, Kody continued to use family funds after the separations to support Robyn's lifestyle, her shopping sprees, her children's tuition, even household staff, without informing or compensating the other wives. "He kept acting like we were one big family," the ex-wife said. "But he'd already chosen. He'd already abandoned us. He just didn't have the guts to admit it until we walked away." Perhaps the most heartbreaking detail came when the ex-wife admitted that Kody hadn't contacted one of his own biological children in over a year, despite public claims of wanting to heal the family. "That child reached out," she said. "They begged to reconnect. Kody left them on read. That's the kind of man he is now." In the wake of the interview, TLC producers are reportedly scrambling. Filming for Sister Wives Season 20 was already underway, but now production is being restructured to account for the fallout from this bombshell. Insiders claim the network may pivot the season's narrative entirely, shifting focus away from Kody and Robyn and toward the ex-wives and their healing journeys. "This was the moment fans were waiting for," one producer said anonymously. "The silence has been shattered. Now the real story begins." And fans couldn't agree more. Across social media, hashtags like #ExposeKody, #SisterWivesTruth, and #RobynKnew are trending. Longtime viewers are expressing shock, heartbreak, and outrage that they were sold a lie for years. One viral post summed up the mood. "They gaslit us. They made Christine look crazy. They painted Janelle as cold. They ignored Mary's pain. But now we know the truth, and we'll never see Kody the same way again." There are also rumors that more bombshells are coming. The ex-wife hinted at emails, voicemails, and receipts that could further expose the calculated way Kody dismantled his plural family behind the scenes. And there's growing speculation that at least one of the Brown children may speak out next, especially those who've publicly distanced themselves from Kody and Robyn. "The truth always finds a light," the ex-wife said ominously at the end of her interview. This was just the beginning. Unfortunately, his tendency of constantly diverting all responsibility has become intentional, and Janelle's new discoveries appear to support this. For years, Kody's preference for his youngest wife, Robyn Brown, has been a source of controversy. However, now that his poly family has completely collapsed, his ex-partners are no longer reluctant to call a spade a spade. During Sister Wives Season 19 Tell-All Part 2, Janelle addressed Kody's hostile dismissal of any questions posed to him by host Sukanya Suki Krishnan. According to Janelle, Kody's behavior goes much beyond his regular avoidant tendencies, and she believes it is all an act to protect Robyn. Janelle, who is married to the reality star for over 29 years, alleges that Kody's increasingly erratic conduct is a deliberate attempt to divert attention away from his last wife. Janelle hinted to Suki that Kody was willing to sacrifice his image to protect Robyn. It is unclear whether the Brown family patriarch is acting on his own initiative.